introductory class that the entire course, this course, Accounting Information Technology, is centered around the role that IT plays in making businesses, business functions easier to perform and the benefits that would derive from it. And we should not just be talking theory, we should at least have the opportunity to also practical. Hence, we have this team here today who have graciously, agreed to come and take us on this session. And they are doing it strictly for free. They are not charging us for coming to train. It is my hope that we are all going to take this session seriously, key into it, ensure that we get the benefits. We learn something new. We take something away from it, and hopefully beyond that you begin to use the apps. One thing I'm happy about the BMAC apps that we're going to be learning about how to use today is that is an indigenous app that was developed by this company. And we know that we need to encourage participation, local participation. We need to encourage indigenous development, because that's one of the things that is going to take us to where we need to be as a nation. I know that there are lots of apps on the market that we can, one would have just said, okay, let's go and learn how to use Peachtree, this and that, Sage and all that. But this is an indigenous app that was designed, taking into consideration or putting it in mind the peculiarities of our local environment, the kind of businesses that we run, which is majorly small businesses, sole proprietorships that people run. So it is more suited, to our needs as Nigerians. So it is really a privilege for you. And I know that beyond learning about this app, you can also begin to use the app for your own individual businesses. And I think there is, at the end of the program, let's do the training first, and then we'll let you know what we have at the end of the program. There are partnerships that we can form with this company, on how to take the app into the market and expand, the market usage for this app. So please, I need you to really into this project that is here, and hopefully, at the end of the day, we will all come out having something that we have gained from it. So let me hand over the class back to Sam and his team. So Sam.
Thank you very much, Dr. Jumoke. I appreciate you, and I have to also pay homage to all the team at the UNILAG Faculty of Accounting. Education is very key, and the work that you and your team are doing is you guys are celebrated heroes. So may God honor your good work, in Jesus' name and by the grace of God.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. So again, just to reintroduce myself, my name is Sam Afemike, and with me today I have Stephen Collade, who is our head of growth, and I also have Emmanuel Ezike, who is a part of the growth team in charge of sales and partnerships. And then I also have Femi Emmanuel. Femi Emmanuel is our head of accounting, very seasoned chartered accountant. I'm a chartered accountant. I qualified in 2006. And my love for accounting and my love for Nigeria led me to me and my team to build the applications we have here. BMAC Accounting, our softwares are as BMAC Accounting. We also have, I'm sure Steve will show you the video we have on YouTube, and I'm sure Professor may have shared some documents with you as well. We also have an inventory management system that is designed specifically for traders and so retailers, wholesalers. Essentially, if you deal in any kind of inventory, our solution can help you keep track of your stock there. And so we're going to be looking, and then we also have recently released a point of sale app, which is an Android application. So BMAC Accounting, BMAC IMS are both web-based applications. Okay, and my team will talk through all of them. So without much further ado, I have a lot that I can say, but I'll go straight into it. Steve, I'm going to hand over back to you. And please save your questions. I know you have a few. Save them till the end. Steve, over to you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, sir. It's Femi. Femi, please go through with the next one on the agenda.
All right, thank you, Steve. Hope you can hear me, please.
Loud and clear.
Oh, great. Okay, the next on the agenda is introduction to BMAC. Just to actually be brief, what happened is this: BMAC is built by ikOOba Technologies, and the full meaning of BMAC is Business Measurement Assurance Collaboration. We assist SMEs to build robust business structures and processes that can stand the test of time and support businesses to survive and grow. Our goal is to give you a high level of assurance that your business is built to last. So we have BMAC and Associates who support your company. Number one, to become more attractive to investors, for providers and lenders. Number two, we ensure the continuity of your businesses and for to be able to maximize the business potential. So we have the next one is to attract the right workforce. We prepare your company to meet government regulations and industry best practice. We help you to better manage and mitigate risk and to take better business decisions. Make your business more competitive. So why we have this, just like what Dr. has said earlier on, accounting has gone beyond the manual level, it has gone digital. So we have this BMAC to be able to make a lot of process very easier and to automate a lot of things. So this afternoon, we'll do a demo of what we have. We have a BMAC Accounting, where we prepare all the financial statements like profit or loss accounts. We have a financial position. We have the cash flow statements prepared as well, both direct and indirect methods. We have access to ledgers, the GLs. We have account to all the reports that are needed in accounting. And likewise, we'll be showing our IMS, that's Inventory Management System, as mentioned earlier on, and it's majorly for businesses that are into trading the physical products. So we see high flows from the sales. When you are bringing in the products, you sell at the point of sale. Then when you are restocking, and you can see all the reports that we have on it. All this will be shown by the time we get to that line on the agenda. And we have our BMAC apps. We have the other software which we are actually working on, like HRMS, that's Human Resource Management System. We're currently working on that, which will be out soon. And we still have our bookkeeping app as well, and we have our POS. All this we're trying to talk about later on. So I'll hand over a little to Steve to talk a little about the value proposition. That's to introduce value proposition to UNILAG. Steve. Over to you, Steve.
Thank you very much, Femi. I'm just going to share my screen.
Yeah, we can see. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much, everyone, for dialing in. I'm just going to go straight into to introduce you to the BMAC Partner Program. The CEO and Femi has given some explanation, right? And also thank you, Professor, for that introduction, right? So what we are trying to achieve is to make sure they are profitable and sustainable, right? And we have designed a solution or a set of solutions that can help businesses able to get the kind of growth that they want. And we can achieve this by partnering with a lot of professionals and also people like you guys. So I'm going to go straight to program. We are on a mission to help businesses grow. And this is basically our mission, as I explained before, to help businesses grow, become more profitable, and more sustainable. And our set of solutions that we have designed, right, and developed are built around this mission. And how do we achieve it? We are achieving this by our business management cloud solutions like BMAC IMS and the BMAC accounting, right? And let me explain some of the new solutions that. Now, going straight to this, the BMAC Partner Code program is a revenue share program, right? It's basically like a revenue share program where what our partners, as we call them, right, people that we partner with, they earn money while also speaking the truth, about the good news of BMAC and our solutions, basically. So what we are trying to achieve with BMAC partner program, right? We have a website, basically, where people, register as a BMAC partner program and partner. They go through registrations, and this is the formula that we use for BMAC partner program, which is the RROE. We register, refer, onboard, and earn. Partners earn side income, right, when they sign up a business or sign up staff, basically. And this is before we go to what BMAC can do. I'm just giving an explanation of how you can also make money, right, through this program. We have partners, different parts of different parts of the nation, basically. That what they do is they just speak about BMAC to businesses. You see a business that personal network, your business can actually do much more better when you have an inventory management solution or when you have an accounting solution. A lot of businesses, have this accounting issue, right? And one of our videos is there are over 40 million SMEs, or small and medium-sized businesses in Nigeria, and not all of them have a solution, right? Not all of them have an accounting solution. They don't know the difference between their profits and their capital. And what BMAC is bringing to the table is to ensure transparency. Our app, as the professor said, is built with Nigeria in mind, right? It's built indigenously. We studied the market to see what exactly these guys need, what exactly businesses need, right? And what businesses are lacking, which is transparency, to differentiate between and capital and so on. Now, BMAC Partner Program, as explained over again, is you partnering with BMAC to spread the good news of BMAC. And we have different packages, not packages, different levels, right? Like our revenue share level, the basic performer, it depends on how much is being brought in by the partner. We have partners on the basic performance level. We have partners on the growth performance level, basically. So it's a win-win situation, right? A win-win situation for BMAC and also you as a partner. Now, I'm going to, sorry, some questions now or after the presentation.
No. I think we should go into showing them how the solution works. I think that's very important. That's the reason why we're here.
All right. Thank you, sir. So basically, if you have questions, let us just note our questions down. I'll be here to take the questions after the presentation. I'm just going to leave the stage for Femi, to go through taking us through the demo of our BMAC business solution. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Steve, for that presentation. I hope you'll be able to shed more light on it after my demo presentation as well, so it can be clearer to our audience. So this afternoon, I'll be doing a short demo of what we have, so you can at least see how it works. So the first one I'll be talking about this afternoon is BMAC accounting. Kindly confirm if you can see my screen, please.
I can see your screen, but I wonder
Yes, sir.
if ones can see. Yes.
Okay,
see your
great.
screen.
Oh, all right, thank you. This is my screen, and this is BMAC accounting. It's a cloud solution that enables accountants to be able to get their job done, get a report immediately. It actually helps to reduce human error and to as well help to automate a lot of processes. It helps in collaboration. So URL to be able to access this is onebima.com. As you can see on my screen, you will see onebima.com. If you are an existing user, all you just have to do is to sign in. But if you're coming in as a new user, you just have to sign up. So all you do, this is the time you click on this sign in, you have to sign up first if you are not an existing user. Basically, what you need to be able to sign up on BMAC accounting or BMAC software is the first name and the last name. You need the name of your business, your phone number, and an email address easily accessible, because a message automatically there to where you can be able to activate your account. So it should be a mail that you can easily access. So this is where you will come in if you have possibly done that in the past. So I'll try to log in now and show you how it runs. So a minute, please. Let me just get the login details. Okay, this is the landing page, and these are the walkthroughs on BIM. It's an indigenous solution. And on my dashboard, I have my notebook. I have the dashboard analytics. I have the note reports. I have the to-do list, the calendar, my profile. You have the inventory management system, collaborators. You have the supplier, the calculator settings, and you have every other thing plus as well. On the right side, on the left side of my screen, I have the notebook. You can see the modules there. See the notebook, the access control, see the receipts module, the payment module, the invoices module as well. You see the billings, the journal entry module where we use to pass our necessary adjustments to our accounts. We have the quick view where you can easily use to access all the reports you have for your accounts, and you have the business setup. So peradventure, you are coming in as a first user, like you don't have accounts on BMAC for the first time. You have to set up your business, and this is where you quickly do that. Under the business setup, I have my chart of accounts. I have my fiscal year, the customer module. I have the vendors, I have the taxes. I have the bank accounts and the payment terms. So quickly, as an accountant, fiscal year normally is 12 months. 12 months. So if you see my screen currently, you see the one I have currently is the first one is sorry, okay, this is not, sorry, I'll make a, so normally for this year now, our fiscal year will be for January 1st to December 31st, 2023. But on the account, we have 1st of December 2022 to another year entirely. So depends on the year of accounting. That will determine the period that you're going to choose as a for certain date and the ending date for your accounting period. So you just come straight to the right side of the screen. You select from here. So maybe today you are starting, let's assume it's this 1st of January. And you click if it's the end of the year, 31st of December. And for that very period, if you are still pushing into that year, you just leave the status open. Peradventure, it was last year account. I am moving to the next year. All you have to do is to change the status of the last year, change it to close, and create another year, like, okay, open another fiscal year and make it open. So what you closed with last year, As immediately you close that, will be automatically be the opening balance for this current year or for the subsequent year that you open. That's how it's be, and that's how accounting principle works as well. That what you close with last year will automatically be the opening balance for this year, and that's how BMAC works. So the next thing I will talk about on this business setup is the chart of accounts. So before now, at times you might not be using spreadsheet to prepare your accounts, like your trial balance. You prepare on the account. Normally, you have your assets, you have your liabilities, equity, revenue, and cost. All this you've been doing manually in the past, but BMAC has helped you to be able to automate all these things. So you have it at a go, and you can easily access all these solutions in the cloud, because everything is, it's cloud-based. All you just have to do is maybe your computer and your internet. Anywhere you're in the world, you can easily access your reports or your accounts and continue doing your work. Maybe you even have an assignment at work, or at school or anywhere. You can easily continue doing your work anywhere, and it's safe, it's secured. Because when people talk about this, BMAC, one more thing, your data are secured. Talking about security is secured. So forget about that. And this is not manual. Your system cannot crash and you lose your data. They are evaluated there. All you just have to do, pick another system, log on, and you're able to access all your data so far they are stored in the cloud. So on my assets, I have my non-current assets, property, plant, and equipment, investment property. By the time you click on that plus sign, you see all the ledgers that you have under property, plant, and equipment. And I want to stress this as well, that BMAC has been built in such a way in compliance with international financial reporting standards. So anything you see here, it goes with that standard, and which is globally recognized. So under my property, plant, and equipment, I have the buildings, I have all these furnitures. All this one comes on default. If you come to the system style account where my cousin is currently, you will see edits. You can easily customize all these ledgers to your account. You can easily customize. Maybe in your business, you don't have buildings, and peradventure you have another asset entirely. Just click on the edit, and you literally click on edit. If you check the right side of my screen, you will see parent group, property, plant, and equipment. The ledger name is building. So I don't have building. Let me say Prebi is another property. I have another asset entirely. Let me just say, okay, I have tractor. Let's just assume that. So assets is always a debit balance. All I click. So immediately I click this. If you check now, my ledger as well, my GL account has been updated. That's how I customize my chart of accounts. If peradventure you open BMAC, you see any ledger that is possibly does not relate to your business, you can edit it. And as well, you can add more ledgers to it. It's very, very flexible and robust. As many ledgers as possible that you have, you can bring it in. All you just need, because it requires accounting knowledge. So you're able to know how to properly classify them, under which parent group you have to classify such ledger. So that's definitely, that one require accounting knowledge. But I'm assuring you that anything you can see now under my property, plant, and equipment currently, you don't have building again. It has been updated automatically to tractor because I've edited it. That's how you do for any of the accounts maybe you have in the future, or that is peculiar to your business. So I have furniture and fittings, I have leasehold improvement, I have land, I have computer equipment as well. I can add more ledger to all this, and as well, I can edit. So if you come to the current assets as well, you will see all these. I see inventory, accounts receivable, the short-term investment, bank balances. So like this inventory is the finished good, like the stock you sell. So everything will be here. So, and it's an inventory for you. Don't forget, your stock is a current asset. So you should bring in, by the time you keep selling it, it will do the debit credit for you, and you get your profitability reports automatically on that. And peradventure, you have your ledger, your receivables, your debtors, that's what I'm referring to. All your customers that are owing you. BMAC is robust enough to be able to create ledger for each of them. So you can be able to track all your transactions for each of them. Like now I have under my trade receivable. If you check now, I have them in names. The first one I have under my trade, I have Press, I have Jeff, I have Smith, I have Ingose, I have Esther. So as many debtors that I have is robust enough to create ledger for them. And as an accounting student or as accountant, you know definitely by what you have in your ledger, anything you do with that very business or with that very customer, you will say there, whether anytime the customer purchases from you, when he pays you, how much he has purchased from you so far, how much he's owing you, everything will be on the ledger, and which I'll show you later on by the time to the reporting section of this training. So that's how it is. You have access to all the businesses, all your customers at a go. And for your staff as well, every staff will be here too. Maybe one of them take one loan or the other, how much they are still owing, how much needs to be paid. So everything can be tracked at a go as well, is embedded in this solution. So maybe you have intercompany transactions as well, like maybe you must have done like consolidation accounts. You have all these things. So within the same group, so all this transaction can come in here as well. One company is owing this amount, is owing, company A is owing this, company B is owing, is owing company C. So all those things you can easily track under this intercompany parent group, because you can create as many ledgers as possible for all these things, and you can be able to track all those transactions at a go, because it creates ledger for each of them. And now I go to short-term investments. So short-term investment, on default, I have investment account ABC default on this my solution. Don't forget, I mentioned earlier on, is very flexible that you can customize it. Maybe what you have is not investment. Hey, you have maybe like, okay, you have treasury. You have a short-term investment. Maybe just invest to something within 6 months, within a year. Yeah, short-term investment that will mature, and maybe you get your return on it. You put it under your short-term investment. Maybe the name you call it, just come here straight, click on edit button, and it will take you to that place. You customize it to the name of that very investment and be able to track what has happened so far on that investment. Now you have the bank balances. These are the banks you have on the business. If you have 20 bank accounts for that business, it's very robust that you can bring everything in. Like now I have access. Maybe, okay, I don't have access. Okay, like now I will just show you where you can easily bring in all your bank accounts into BMAC, and it will update everything for you. So it will enable you to be able to do your bank reconciliation, because BMAC will give you bank ledgers. That's just like your cash flow. Your cash ledger. So you have, maybe if you have account with GT, you have account with Zenith, you have account with Access, it will give you the ledger, your own record as the accountant of the organization, or as what you are doing maybe in school. And when you check the bank statements, which the bank is keeping for you, you can easily reconcile and see where the difference is. Maybe there is difference, maybe it's leads to error, or it's timing difference or anything. So it enables you to be able to do your bank reconciliation easily, because all these things will give you ledger for them. Right? I mentioned earlier on, by the time I get to the reporting section, I will show you how the ledger looks like, and you can be able to see the debit credit. You see the bank balance, that means the inflow, the outflow of it. I see the balance of it. Maybe it's overdraft, maybe it is credit balance. Everything you will see by the time you get to the reporting section. So I have the cash as well. You have the cash in head office. You have the cash in hand as well. All these things you can see at a go, because it creates ledger for each and every one of them. So I quickly move to the liability section, where you have all this. Just like, as I mentioned, is IFRS compliant. That's International Financial Reporting Standards. Everything we do here, it agrees with that. So under that, I have my long-term borrowings, and as well I have all these ledgers already prepared for me. So, and I have my current liabilities as well. So under the current liabilities, you can have your payables, that's your trade payables. So your debt, your creditors, people that have supplied you in the past, you are still owing everything. And I mentioned, as you did for the trade payables, it will bring it will create ledger for each creditors as well. Your payables. If you look at here now, you see Hajib Oil and Gas, you will see Abidus Motors, Shegun Enterprise, Joker Firm, everything it will give you, because you can be able to assess what is happening. Even maybe you are a business owner, you give it to a general accountant one way or the other. You can as well have access to what they're doing, because all you have to do, give them permission, You can collaborate. So it's very robust to say that more than one user can you make use of it. All you have to do is to assign roles to them. By the time I get there, I will talk about collaboration. I'll talk about access control as well. So these are majorly what we have on the chart of accounts. And if you look at it, you see it's still going on. We have the equity aspect of it. You have the share the equity aspect of it. Okay, so under that, I have my revaluation surplus. So let me just close on top so I can be able to see this. So I have my retained earning and the memorandum account as well. So all this can be customized and it can be added as your business, just to fit your business line. And as well, under your POL account, you have your revenue section, POL revenue section. So I have my income, I have other income. And I can still say that it's very robust to say that maybe you have more than one line of business. You can curate as accountant, you want to track, to be able to pass your, maybe you to do your performance measurement very well. You want to track each line of business. You want to see which line is doing better, which one needs to improvement. You can create each line ledger for each line of business. Like now, under my income, I have wholesale products, I have my retail products. So maybe I have more than that, like I have grocery, I have, let's say, professional service, I have consulting, I have any line of business I have. I can create ledger for each of these line of business, and I can be able to see the revenue coming in, and I can be able to see the direct costs that are attached to those cost center and see where I'm making better profit, or maybe which line of business is making losses, which actually need improvement. So that's that about the chart of accounts. I have the cost aspect of it. All this I will show more by the time I get to reporting section, so I don't want to dwell too much time on it. So, and I mentioned earlier on that where you can easily bring in your bank accounts details. All you have to do is this. If you check very well now, those things that I have on my chart of accounts, you can see them here. My Access Bank, I have my GT Bank, I have my Stanbic IBTC as well, and I can have my First Bank. So peradventure, I want to add one more accounts. Maybe I have accounts with Zenith this time around. I can just say, okay, the bank name. What's the name of my business? Okay, Bank G's. So let's say the account number is this. Sorry. So let's say Zenith. So automatically it has updated that record. If you check now, you will see Zenith on my account now. So I have the account name stored, I have the bank name stored, and I have the account number as well stored. So anytime I raise invoice, I can easily pick this and it will display it with the detail on my invoice. That's the benefit of it. And immediately I have it, it has created ledger for that very account on my BMAC, which I can easily post. Maybe I put money in that account, or any customer purchase or do anything for I render service for a customer, and I render service for a customer and he paid, he can easily pay into that account, and I can easily make my record as well into that account. Please, are we together, please?
Yes, we can hear you.
We are together.
Oh, great. Okay, so that's that about the business setup. I'll quickly run to the other work tools that we have on BMAC. So I mentioned earlier on as well that it's very robust, that we can have more than one user at a go on an account on BMAC. So this is the collaborator rule where you give other people access. So maybe you are the head of accounts in your organization, and you have junior accountants, maybe just to keep records or to post daily transactions. You give them the role. Your first thing you have to do is to collaborate them. Like now I have, okay, my art collaborator. So all I need to do was, okay, I put the name on it. It's a new user, definitely coming on board for the first time. I put the first and the last name. Okay, let's say is, okay, let me say I pick Lizzie, and I pick, let's say Kende. The phone number, let me just go with this. This won't be used. Okay, I will still go with this. Oh, that's not be used. Okay, so okay, now good. I can select from here. It's user type. Is it as an employee? Is it as a professional? Is it as finance provider? Is it as trade promoter, or is it as admin payroll? So all these I determine the based on their role in the organization. I can easily pick. Let's assume is an employee. So the access type, what is the person going to be doing? Is it just to view only, or to be able to view and edit? Being an employee, they literally was going to do one of the things for me. So definitely I'll click view and edit, and quickly I'll try to save that. If you check now, my collaboration request has been sent. So that very email I drop, the message will drop for that user. By the time he clicks, if you check my status currently, it says pending. So I'm trying to collaborate that very new user. So when he clicks on it, I may accept it, it will change to accepted. So from there, I can come to here and determine, okay, I can still revoke, being in control of the account, view, or to revoke the license. So all that's the major thing that we have. And if you come to the access control as well, I have all these accounts collaborated already. Okay, good. I have like this time around, I have this one collaborated. If you look at the modus, you see, you can determine, okay, maybe as the head of account or as the owner of the business, the person should be able to do this, should not be able to do this. Let's say on receipt module, peradventure, okay, please add receipt, view receipt, but you should not be able to edit, or you should okay, edit, but don't delete. I can determine, okay, you should not be able to delete anything. So immediately I do that for that very user. All I just have to do is to submit it. If you check very well now, you can see access control saved. So for that user, the guy can only add receipts. He can view receipts, he can edit, but will not be able to delete. He will not. That's another, because one way or the other in an organization, we talk about internal control. That the internal control should be very, very strong. So we've considered that while building a software as well, that in accounting is very, very paramount. So as a top personnel, you can easily maintain control as well on the junior guy, on the junior employees. Peradventure, you are collaborating them to that very account, which you still maintain and be able to see what they are doing. And one more thing, which I'll talk about regards.
You have 15 minutes more on this module, sir. Thank you.
Okay, great. One more thing which I will still talk about is the audit tray. Part of the control is the audit tray. So you can be able to track what every user is doing on that account audit tray. Here is the audit tray. So peradventure, even when your auditors come around, they can easily make use of it. I know maybe you might have been requesting for all this as well. So you can easily track it as senior personnel as well. You can track what everybody has been doing, see what they have done, and see the time and date it was done. So all those things can be tracked through using the audit tray. I'll quickly go through some modules which I have. I have my receipt module. This is how the receipt module looks like. I can have my inflow. So currently I have all these on the accounts. I can add my name inflow. So maybe I just have the account, the date. I can easily pick the date. Maybe I render a service and there is a payment coming in, or maybe it has not been paid. It can still be on credit as well, or trace a transfer. And okay, so I have which customer makes the payments, which of the banks. So I just created BAM Zenith. So I say, okay, operational service, how much should it be? Let's say it's 2,000. Which account am I debiting? So this guy has here to, let's just say, okay, maybe made part transfer. So I'm debiting Zenith, definitely, because I have accountant on the call. That's why I'm doing this. So professional service, did I have that as my line of business? Let's just assume that I purchase a fixed asset, just so able to go quickly on this. Okay, it's an inflow. Someone come pay to me. So, okay, let me quickly pick income or sales. Okay, I have sales ledger there. So So that's how I go about organizing my inflow transactions. So that's what I would do as well if there is any payment. And the same way, I'll debit and credit. Debit and credit is not new to accountants. And as well, I quickly move to my invoices aspect as well. So this is the invoicing aspect. This is how it goes. I have create new revenue. I can create my new invoice from here. So I pick what's the customer's name. I pick from there because I've saved it already. So the date can change. Okay, date. Okay, due date can be a featured date, maybe on the 13th. So let's say it's Naira. So let's say service. Just say service. Okay, so payments paid to my bank. The bank, okay, I quickly pick my Zenith, which I saved the other time. So I just go with Zenith as well. What's the amount? I just say, okay, service. Okay, just go with service. I still go with my so I can determine whether this transaction is vatable or not. If not vatable, I don't need to check here. And if it's vatable, I'll click VAT. I'll just check it and it's calculate VAT for me at 7.5%, which is what we use in the country. I click that and I save it. So I can easily get everything. And if you look at it, it has been updated. So this is what I just posted and you can see it now. And if you want to, let me quickly go to the reporting section. So on the reporting part, I have my trial balance already prepared for me as I was doing my postings. It will come up shortly, just how you can see now. These are my trial balance already posted, my non-current assets, property, plant, and equipment posted. I have my debit credits. I have my non-current and current assets as well posted. I have all these posted. I have my income, equity cost. I have my direct cost too. If you check the total, you see that the debit side is equal to the credit side of my account. And that's how it is in accounting. The debit side must be equal to that. So I think I'm fine with that. So I can easily move to other reports as well, which I have as my statement of financial position. Just a minute. Okay. Statement of financial position. If you look at it now, I mentioned that it goes with IFRS. You will see how it is now. Okay, great. Non-current assets, property, plant, and equipment. So since I don't have anything on this account here, that's why it's blank. I have my year, the current year, and the last year. That's the comparative year. I have the total non-current assets. I have the current assets as well. The inventory, I have all these posted. You can see, I don't need to bother about all these accounts because as I was doing my posting, BMAC is smart enough to be doing all this, prepare this report for me, which can be easily generated and give to the management at a go immediately when it's requested. And if you check, you see a total liability. If you check the account as well, the total, equity and liability 4.31. To go to the total assets as well, you will see that it's the same thing. So it's obvious that the account balances, and without that, if you are doing it manually, it might take a lot of time before your account balance. But all this has been taken care of while using BMAC. And the next one I'll talk about is 5-year financial summary. So because my account currently is, you see 2022, 2021, 2020, 2019, everything, you see the trend, and you can easily export all these either to Excel or PDF. All these reports you can see now. If I click export PDF, it will download everything. And if it's PDF, you can see it. Let me just show you one. Okay, this is maybe I don't know whether my screen is showing currently, but this is how it looks like. So all right, so I'll quickly go back to that now. Let me just, okay, great.
Whilst we're waiting for Femi, you should please put your questions or your thoughts in the chat group. Sorry, it's in the chat group, in the chat, and we'll collect them as we go along. Femi, you have about about 4 minutes before we bring this to a close so that we can also look at the IMS. Thank you.
Okay, great. All right, thank you, sir. So great. This is my detailed income statement. The first one I will show you is the income statement. We have it, current year and the year to date. That's for the income statement. You can see my income and direct cost. You have my cost as well, the overheads. I have my net profits at the end of the period. So, and I have my detailed income statement already prepared for me. All these things, you don't need to bother about it. Just do your postings properly, and all these accounts will be prepared for you, which you can as well export either to PDF or which can make your job very easier. And at the same time, you have, as I mentioned, you have earlier on, you have the statement of cash flow as well, already prepared for you. Statement of cash flow, if you look at the format, just look at it very well. And just look at what you have on my screen now and compare to your knowledge of cash flow statement, you will know that it's the same thing. And by the time you want to check the balance, compare it to what you have on the SAP, that's the financial position. Everything it agrees, and BMAC is smart enough to prepare that for you. This one I'm showing you, you can see now you have the adjustments. This is direct method. And you can have, sorry, this is the indirect method of preparing cash flow, and this is the direct method, both prepared as well on BMAC, and it's still the same. So you can export which of the reports that you have, so it's available for you anytime needed. So you have the GL account summary to make use of as well. So anytime you want to check what is going on on each account, how you arrive at that balance, just click on view. It will show you details of that very transaction. You can see 75,000. How did I arrive at it? You show me straight what happened. And I can view, I can export as well, as I mentioned, either to PDF or Excel. So I have my ledger statement. Everything is on it. Transaction listing is also on it as well. I can view everything that happened at a go. So all these accounts have already been prepared as I was posting all those transactions. And I can view my payables, those people that are going, that's my creditors. You can see the name, you can see the total amount due, the amount paid, and the balance. So you can see everything. And I can have my, one more thing, you have my age payables as well. So how long I'll be owing all these people? So I have below 30 days, I have 30 to 60 days, I have 60 to 90 days, and I have 180, 90 to 180 days, and 180 and above. So this will enable me to be able to know how good I'm doing in business, which one is to be repaid, how I'm able to protect the relationship with my vendors as well. So I have my receivables as well. I have my age receivables, how long my debtors are, age receivables, where is it again? Okay. My receivables, sorry. So I have my receivables, the names of my debtors, how much they are owing me, how much they are paid, how much is the balance. So I can easily see all these things. Peradventure, you're working in an organization, this will actually help you. And it has been built, it's an indigenous solution, which we are located here in Nigeria, you can easily access as customer service. And peradventure, there is issue, we can quickly attend to you. But I can assure you, we have gotten a lot of very good testimonial, which has kept us in the business to date. So all this you can have at a go on BMAC. I don't want to spend too much time on it. I know there'll be questions coming up, and as well, possible that you subscribe later on, and you can have a better, the taste of the pudding is in the heating. So by the time you come in, you're able to have a better understanding and able to enjoy all this stuff. So that's what I'll talk about really about BMAC accounting. So I don't know whether there is any question or you save it before I move to the next solution.
Thank you very much, Femi. I think we'll just let you catch your breath. You have done a marathon of something like 40 minutes talking. So just catch your breath, grab a glass of water, and I'll just sort of buttress a few points. So in 2 minutes, I'll invite you to come back up, okay? So the questions here, and you can also sort of look at the questions as well. We'll gather all the questions and address them at the end. I see some questions here about security, limitations, access as well. So we'll address those questions. But just to sort of buttress a few points that Femi didn't have the chance to cover, So one of the things that we are trying to push with do with this solution is help build collaboration. Now, a lot of business owners do not have the capacity to run the accounts. As you can see, there are a lot of very technical accounting topics there. Statements of financial position, statements of comprehensive income, your GL, your charts of accounts, assets, I mean, the whole works. So the concept really is that this is a tool that the accountants will use in support of the business. And so the accountants will help them set up and, help key in the information. Or if there is a junior accountant or a bookkeeper, we also have we have a notebook where trades or just financial transactions, whatever they may be, diesel, electricity, inventory, salaries, can be keyed into the notebook, and then the accountant can come in, the person who has the knowledge, and read that notebook on the system and post into the appropriate ledgers. We also have the cash flow statement, which I think Femi didn't. I'm not sure if Femi covered. We also have. We've been working on trying to integrate it with bank so that you can get a direct feed from your bank into the system, but that's work in progress. Okay, so just to wrap it up, I have experience working in the West, in the UK, US, South Africa, and so on and so forth. These countries have excellent corporate reporting, financial reporting culture. In Nigeria, we don't have good financial reporting culture. And so our mission is really to support, small, medium-sized businesses so that they can get that reporting culture. I know that there's distrust of the government and so on and so forth. But then if you put the government to one side, any business that is structured, they typically do better. And these tools that we're building are geared towards helping those businesses structure better. It's a really, really simple thing. And with people like you, we hope to partner with people like you to reach those types of businesses. And we hope that you can use this platform, whether for yourselves or for your clients or for your friends and family, and help them to grow. Okay, so this is kind of like what we're trying to push, and it's a mission. Okay, it's not just tech. This is a mission for us, and we're learning every day. Okay, so we're not there, we're not perfect, but we're definitely making very good progress. But we need people like you to even make that progress go further. You have the knowledge, you have the understanding. What we're doing is giving you a tool. Okay, Excel spreadsheets. People don't even use Excel spreadsheets, but we can leapfrog from papers into the digital age. Okay, so with that said, we'll address those questions. Please keep them coming. I want to see if Femi is ready for us to go through the inventory management system. Femi, are you ready? Okay. Femi, are you ready? Okay, so whilst we're waiting for Femi, I don't know if anyone, maybe we can welcome somebody to just sort of say something, some feedback on what they've seen, and maybe maybe we'll take a question which we'll note to answer at the end, and I'll just sort of give people sort of 10 seconds before I hand it over to Femi if nobody comes. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. And did I say Chris?
Femi, thank you. Sam, thank you very much. So far, I've enjoyed the session. Did you say that for now that you can't export bank statement into BMAX to aid your bank reconciliation? Was that what you're trying to tell me? That's my question.
Okay, no. So what we're trying with which is a work in progress. What we're trying to do is to give the user the ability to download their bank statements into the platform so that you can have a kind of match, right, between your transactions in your bank and the transactions in the system. So that's kind of like a work in progress right now. But if you want to, well, you can set up your bank statement in the system. I think Femi talked us through that. You can also, so you can enter your bank transactions. There's a bank ledger essentially, and obviously that will match. That will be your cash book in the system. Just to answer that question straight. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chris. Emmanuel raised his hand. Emmanuel, do you want to say something?
Okay, all right, thanks so much. My question is just to confirm the way a foreign currency, FX, is going to be treated in the case of doing consolidated accounting. Because I realized I saw the domiciliary account balance when Femi was displaying initially. So how is it going? Is there a conversion rate also, or there is a way it's going to see that? Then the other part also is at the moment when Femi wanted to do the beneficiary name, he wanted to save the account number of someone. So my question there is it when I put the account number of that customer, then I put the bank, it then automatically generate the name, or I want to still put the name? Because if I want to put the name, there's no way it's going to verify that that account number is correct, because I might have omitted something with the account number. Just my view. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Femi, Emmanuel, do you want to tackle those two questions?
Okay, thank you, sir. I will start from the second one. Number one, it said about the account details. Don't forget, this is your account. It's not linked to your bank account. And I show you under the business setup where you have the bank balance, where you can bring in all the bank name, the bank number, and the bank name, the account name. By the time you put those things there, it's already saved on BMAC. So anytime you want to make use of that account, maybe when you are raising invoice, or you want payment, or you want to do another thing, you don't need to touch it anymore. Just try to click like, okay, which bank? Just click on it. Everything you save on it initially is automatically be displayed. So you don't need to amend any other thing. But one thing is this: when you are setting it up initially, make sure you set it up properly and you put the right account on it. That's very, very key. But the essence of it is this: it's maybe when you are raising your invoice now, you are sending an invoice out to a customer. So it's what you save initially that will be displayed on your invoice. So you don't need to be amending it anymore. You save initially, just click on it. The details will show up automatically on your invoice, and you can send it either via, you can download it, either you can even send it via email to that very customer. Peradventure, you say when you're sending that, you are saving that in customer's details. You put the customer's emails there. So just click on the emails option. It will send it straight to the customer, and the customer will have access to it and make the payment as at when due. Hope I answered that question.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So there was a question about FX as well.
Okay, you talk about the FX. What happened is this. Thank God we are the FX aspect is this: you have to convert it and put the Naira equivalent on BMAC. It's Naira equivalent. Maybe you are used to use the closing rate, or you are used to use the transaction date rates. Convert it to Naira or the country that you're working from, because you don't forget, but when you're setting up your account, you have the option to pick the country. Maybe you are not in Nigeria, you're in Ghana. Just click. You can click the currency. All the currency will come up, any country that you have. So just click it. So maybe you are not have anything like a foreign currency transaction. You have to convert it using the proper rate to that base currency and put it on BMAC.
Okay. Thank you very much, Femi. Now, I'll, in the interest of fairness, I will read out Mr. Nee's questions, and then we'll move into the IMS. So the first question: what are the known limitations of BMAC So as you know, no software is perfect. All the softwares that you have and see, we are always iterating and getting better. I think that and I'll context your question based on what feedback we found. So the feedback we found is that customers would have loved to have the ability to report multi-currency, right? So at the moment, it is a Naira reporting tool. When we started off this mission, we focused on sorry, it's not a Naira report, it's a single currency reporting tool. So we moved from Naira to multi-currency reporting, but then to say that you want to report a dollar balance at the same time as reporting a Naira balance, that's not available now. We are iterating the platform, and even we're coming up with a second version. We've just been working on our inventory management, but the next focus will be our bookkeeping app first, and then the second version of the accounting app. But it's still an extremely very robust platform. What can your client do if there are no internet? Well, it's a cloud-based platform, and we want this platform to be like your WhatsApp of business, if you like. You can't use WhatsApp if WhatsApp is offline. So it's cloud-based, and we are trying to help Nigeria move to the cloud. Number three, what extent can hackers be able to have access to have their ways in BMAC? So we use Amazon Web Services. We also have the data encrypted. So the chances of hackers getting to the platform are extremely, extremely, extremely slim. And we are continuously updating our security infrastructure. But that's a question we face very regularly. No client has lost any data to date. Number four, and we've been running for about 8 years. Number four, to what extent can your client's IT staff have access to the backend? We don't have access. So we don't have access to the backend other than to ensure that the system is up and running, and when there are any host server issues, we can do that. So that is that. Okay, so without much further ado, so please type your questions in the chat. We'll come back to them. We want to move on to the inventory management system, and I'll just introduce this whilst Femi shares the screen and gets going. So the inventory management system is Nigeria is a big trading nation. And ironically, the inventory management system we designed has been a bigger draw for clients, for the market than the accounting, and understandably so. The accounting is technical, IFRSs, and recognition, classification, all those things. People don't care. People want to eat. The inventory management system has been very, very popular. And it's really useful to just keep track of inventory. We buy and we sell. And when you're wholesale, when you're retail, you can use this platform. We have people who have businesses worth about 50, 60, 100 million naira using this software. And the software, the version we're showing you right now is the latest version 2.0, which we're extremely proud of. So this is even the new and improved version on what we've done in the past, okay? And we've done this version based on feedback from the market. And so I see questions about partner program costs. We'll take all those things, okay? So over to you, but Femi, I'll just say, remember time, and also remember to focus on the usefulness in terms of the reports and so on and so forth. Thank you very much. God bless you.
All right, thank you, sir. Okay. The second solution which I'll be showing this afternoon is the BMAC inventory management system. BMAC inventory management system is cloud-based as well, and it can be used for multi-location business. Maybe that business have different locations, either within Lagos or outside Lagos, or even outside the country. It can be used to capture all the records all together. And you can report all those reports individually as well, based on each location of the business. It's cloud-based, as I mentioned earlier on, and more than one users can actually make use of it, depending on their role, and you can determine the access you are giving to them. Just restrict them maybe to each of those locations that they are operating from. So this is the dashboard. Currently on my screen, I have the dashboard. I have the administration. On the left side of my screen, I have the inventory management, the sales module. I have the purchases, the debtors, the creditors module, the settings, and the reports and subscription. So this is the administration, where as the owner of the business, you can bring in, determine the number of stores that you have, that you can see on my screen currently, and you have the ad stores. On this account currently, I have 2 stores. So I can add 1 more store, and I can have, depends on the package I subscribe to in Bima, because that's the limitation. So if I have 1 store, determine the package I'm subscribing to. If I have 5 store, another package. So we have those packages which will be displayed maybe later on after the section. So, and here I still have where I can manage the users as the business owner or as the super admin of the account. You should be able to manage what is going on in the business. That's what the administration will do entails. You manage the store and you manage the users. So currently on this account, as you have it on BigMac Accounting, you can collaborate and you give them access. So likewise on this, you can add new users. On this account, I have 3 good users, and I can add more as well. So all this thing is the feed that will be filled for the new user to be added. And lately I do that. You see the you can see the modus, or sorry, the access that you can give to them. Now you determine, see, select permission, sales. Under sales module, you can see, okay, view sales, make sales, sales. So you determine if you want him to be able to do everything on sales, just click here. And if you don't want him to do everything, just click which one you want that very user to be able to make use of, and it will have that access. And don't forget, I mentioned as well that you can determine the role the person will be doing, and you can assign the store. So like person in store A might not have anything to do with store B. So on this account, I can determine, which I've set up already. You have my warehouse and I have my store 1. So this new guy which I'm bringing on board, I determine, okay, guy, you must have access to only store 1. No problem. So because there should be control on what I'm able to manage, what everybody will be doing as well on that very account. That's the essence of the administration. So on the, I can as well talk about the report. I mean, sorry, before I go to the reporting section. Okay, sorry. The settings. So might not possibly name much of this. This is the details of the company, my company, the inventory category, subcategory. You can have the customers, as many customers that you have them here. You can add new customers as well. And as well, you have your suppliers. These are the list of suppliers that are currently on this account. Suppliers. So Paraventure, you have been having, I mean, this is the first time you're coming on board to Bima. You don't have time to be bringing them on board one by one. All you just have to do, click on this bulk upload. We click on the bulk upload. There is a template here that you can download. It's an spreadsheet. Just click on it, populate that spreadsheet, and upload. You can see now, save it on your computer, say drag it to here, and you upload that very document, and it will populate your account automatically. So save you the time of you doing everything one by one. And you have a payment. Now on this account, you can determine, I want it cash, I want it card, credit, split payment, and part payment. So all these things has been has been taken care of. You can determine that when you're coming on board. Okay, for my business, I don't want cash. I want cash. I want card. I don't want to sell on credit at all. It's our business. So you do that, and if you split payments, okay, like now this part payment now, someone that is maybe paying part cash and part transfer. If you click it, you're able to make use of that module by want to make sales going forward. You have the tax already for you. That's your mainly the tax that relates to inventory is the VAT. Is the VAT you have currently at 7.5. You charge VAT on it, and you have the notifications. So that's the key things that we have under the settings module. And from there, you quickly move to inventory management module. Inventory management module. You have the products. These are the product lists that you have currently. You can see what is displaying on my accounts. You have the product list, the quantity available, the pieces per carton, the carton in pieces, the cost price, the selling price, and you can see the action as well. And if you want to see the details of this, just click here. You see what you have there while you arrive at that very balance. So all those things can easily be confirmed at a go. You can see everything. So you have that. Under the products, you have all this, and you have the product location as well. Under the product location, so I don't even have much on this. Okay, so I can search. Let me check my warehouse. So in my warehouse, it shows that I have these, all this thing has been uploaded from the section of the business. And peradventure, I'm in business, I'm trying to restock the, I mean, look, maybe my stock is low, I need to restock. So I just use the purchase module to restock. Immediately I populate it, I upload all this, I determine the location they are going into. You can easily access all the reports as well. So currently at my warehouse, I have these products, I have in store, you see the store, everything here is warehouse because I've selected warehouse. I want to see the quantity. Well, okay, the one in pieces per carton. I want the carton, okay. I want pieces, just pieces, no, I want the one in quantity. So depends on what I've set, why I'm bringing all this business, I mean, those products in, it will be displayed here. And next one I'll talk about is the stock adjustment. Stock adjustment. Peradventure, there is any loss, or maybe, okay, a product expires. This is mainly the essence of it, but we don't advise businesses to give the junior guys or the employees this access because it can use to perpetrate fraud. So maybe a product expire, just click and okay, I want to create a stock adjustment for which I have limited time, which I may not possibly need to go into detail here, please. Okay, so for my warehouse, the products, I can select a product. So automatically it gives me the total of what I have for that product in the warehouse. So I want to, okay, what's the reason? Let's say it expired. And I'm adjusting, is it increasing or decreasing? So definitely why it's increasing is expired, I have to reduce it. Don't forget, this is not a normal sales. So I'm removing it from the business. And that means I'm writing it off as expense in my book. It will not come in as an income. So it's an expense straight. So that's how you make that adjustment. Maybe it's one or two, let's say it's two products. You can say automatically the total amount has changed, and I can quickly do that. I recognize it. So I need to update and remove it straight from my warehouse. So all I just need, and I can add more based on what has happened in that very period. You can see grand total is what? Minus 6,000. So by the time I drop it straight, it will update it and go back to the warehouse. You won't have 99 again in that warehouse. It has automatically, that's the essence of it is automation. Automatically, it has updated the balance I have. And well, good. So I'll quickly move to my stock transfer as well. I mentioned earlier on that this solution is, you can use it to manage multi-location business. Even if you are in Lagos, you have another branch or another, even within Lagos, outside the country, you make use of it. So peradventure, let's assume that we have multi-locations in Lagos. You have one location in Surulere. You have another one, let's say on the Highland. You have another one, let's say at Ikorodu. And maybe if they want to purchase a product at Surulere and they don't have it there, they can easily say, okay, please bring it from Highland. Let's sell it there. But don't forget, as recorded at Highland, you have to do a transfer on the BMAC as well on your software. They are bringing it physically, but at the same time, it has to be recognized as well on BMAC. So you do the transfer straight. Peradventure, maybe you are taking your stock maybe from the warehouse to the store, warehouse to where you display it or to the shop to the customers. So you transfer from the warehouse to the shop. You transfer from the warehouse. You can see here, I have my location. I can, okay, so I want to create a new stock. Good. The source, you can see the source now. I just have 2 locations already. So maybe I just transfer from warehouse and transfer to the store. Maybe that's where I display to my customers. No. So definitely I'm going, okay, my biller 950. Quantity, how many quantity? Okay, available quantity, automatically it has shown me that I have 54 at that very place. That's my warehouse of that very product. So I can click, pieces, which pieces, carton or anything. Let's say bring pieces. So what's the quantity? I can say it's 12. So since I have 15 to 54, sorry, I can easily say, okay, I transfer. By the time you check the balance on warehouse, it has reduced. Check the balance on the store, it has increased by that figure. Then you can go to the store later on and make the sales, because that's the essence of you doing the transfer initially. Then you sell out to your customers. So the next one I'll talk about here is the expired product. So there are some products that are expired. You want to check, you must have set everything as well, or even right from the beginning, because this product, this solution will enable you to be able to guide against one, to stock out. It helps you to be able to automate your process to manage what is going on in your business. And at the same time, you can be able to guide against the expiry, your product getting unnecessarily expired. So when you said, okay, give me, okay, let me clearly do that one. Okay, give me some product that will expire in 3 months' time. You can see now, product that will expire in 3 months' time. You see everything. Product that will expire in this month. Let's see, is there any product? Okay, I have this one product that will be expiring 10 quantity of imperial leather. I mean, the cost price is, and where is it? Is in the warehouse. So I will know how to quickly do that and make sure to be able to sell it out at any price to be able to gain something from it, and one way or the other. So it depends on how you set it. Okay, in 9 months' time, how many products will be expiring? So all this will enable you to be able to guide against your product. I mean, any loss through the expiration of your product unnecessarily. And you can as well export it. Maybe you want to be able to make use of it. Either you want to tender it to your client or anything, you can export it either to PDF or CSV. Just download it. Everything you have there will be downloaded and make use of it offline as well. So that's the essence of the inventory management module on the HMS 2.0. So the next one I'll talk about is the sales module. This is the point of sale. Peradventure, you must have been entering the different shopping mall or anything more like that. At least the point of sale. And you can as well make use of, sorry, I don't have my barcode with me now. You can sell with barcode as well on this solution. Just scan connected to your connected to your BMAC solution. It will bring the product out and you determine the number you are selling out, and it will minus it automatically. So you don't need to be searching for the name. Just scan, because don't forget, so far is one product, or the number of products determine the number of the barcode that you have. So if you have Coca-Cola, if it's anything, you have the same, or maybe this big, let's say water, it will have the same barcode. So determine everything will come up automatically. So it guides against unnecessary error, because while you are bringing it in, you might have possibly enter the name wrongly, or one way or the other. Maybe use another name to save it. Use another, and you have forgotten the name used to save it initially. Later you want to say you are using another name, because there are some products like that which you've come across very well. And if you check the pack, they have a pretty name. If you check the cart, another name. So even their employees get confused. But one way or the other, they will have the same barcode. So you can easily make use of barcode scanner to make use, to sell at the point of sale, which will enable you to do it, to answer your clients faster. And you can have as many points of sale as well. It's cloud-based. So you can have many people based on the package you subscribe to on BMAC. You can have many points of sale on this same account, and everything will be automated immediately. So that's the beauty of it. So this is the points of sale. You have all these available, and you can sell from it based on the assets given to you by the business owner. And this is the purchase as well. So you want to restock, you want to make purchase. This is how it goes. So which here, of course, so this is how it goes. You want to purchase into which location? I have to my warehouse, from which supplier, which I've done in the past. Okay, purchase from this guy. So which product am I bringing in? So I click on this. So I'm purchasing now, so available quantity. So best before this, and I can do that as well. So I can as well quickly move to my debtors because I don't have much time. Please, sorry for rushing this. And this is my debtors. The beauty of it, you can easily use it to manage. As accountant, receivables are very, very important if you want to guide against losses in your business. This is the debtors list. This is the customer's name that are paying you. This is the total amount due. This is the total received so far, and this is the balance. And you can view the transactions that leads to all this total balance that you have. So all this can be tracked, and it helps. I've seen businesses very well, like there are some sections. All you just have to do is deal with receivable, deal with receivable. So all this BIMA can enable you to be able to deal very well with the account receivable as well, even on the inventory part. Like it's not stock, not service. So you can easily use it to manage your inventory receivables as well. So, and as well, you have your creditors list as well, those suppliers that you are owing. So don't forget, I mentioned you can export all these to Excel or CSV to or PDF, and be able to work on it easily offline. So these are the suppliers' name that you have currently, how much that you are owing them, and the total amount that you have paid them so far. And this is the balance. This is the balance. And you can as well check. Let me check. Okay, this is the action. So what has happened? You can see all the transactions you have and what has transpired that you have that 120 as the balance. So that's the basic thing that we have. I'll quickly move to the reporting section of the IMS 2.0. So the first one I'll be showing is this daily sales report. So what you have done is today, you can just select and you can determine, okay, I want to check what has happened from which period to which period. All the reports will show forth. So all payment types. So you determine, let's know. Okay, good. Okay, let's say from January to dates. Okay, so I may possibly not sell from the warehouse. Maybe I'll be selling from the store one. So I can determine, okay, is it for all payment type or for cash alone, card, credit, split payment, and part payment? So I can determine, okay, which one? Let's just do for all the payment type. So I will see everything I've sold so far. So all the payments reports, everything shown. You can see all this one you see in green, red now, they were sold at loss. You can see that it's very smart. It's not just recording figure. It's telling me that this is loss. You sold at loss. Maybe they could be supply. And one of the reasons that may make the business owner to sell at loss. Maybe the business, the product is approaching that period, it will expire. So you can easily do that, and it will know that you are making loss on this, and see the total balance. You can see this is huge, and that's why you have that net loss of over 2 million naira on that. So, and the next, and don't forget, I mentioned you can select dates for this month alone. Let me see my reports. It says sales report, and you can determine whether it's cash or card or we want to check. So all those things that people were doing manually, just enter the market, you see they are doing all this thing manually. By the time you give them this, or you are doing this, you're using this to manage their business or even your business, it is a lot of things, and you can as well have more time to be able to capture to deliver a lot of things at a very short period of time. So you have the customer reports section. The next one I'll talk about is the customer. So these are the customers reports, customer's name. You have the transactions so far that you have with them, and you have the total amount so that they have transacted with you. And for you to check, you can easily check how did you arrive at this? How did you arrive? Like this guy now, he have 58,450. So we only have, it has purchased from you, let's say, it's coming up gradually, okay, 3 times. Sorry.
Yeah, hi, Femi. Femi, can you hear me? Femi, okay, so I think maybe Femi drops off. No, that I wanted to say that was something that I think we're still cleaning up. We had a few things that were some loose ends that were sort of tidying up on there, and that's one of them. So Femi, I think you can. I don't know if you're still there. You should please come up and wrap up because of time. I'm very conscious of time, but we've gone a very full stretch and we're very close to the end. Yeah. So in the meantime, I wonder if we have more questions. I know we had questions around how to be a partner, in promoting usage, and then questions on the point of sale printer. Is BMAC customized to all businesses? Cost implication of engaging BMAC? How can BMAC be reached? Okay, so we'll give answers about how we can be contacted. BMAC is very customizable. Now, BMAC, we have BMAC accounting, inventory management. So there are some businesses that cannot use BMAC. So where you have manufacturing, we can't, and where because of cost management and so on and so forth, it's not that advanced yet. That's a little bit more technical. I've seen one here. So what's the full meaning of BMAC? So BMAC stands for Business Measurement, Assurance, and Collaboration. So BMAC accounting, BMAC inventory management system. We're really trying to drive that whole thing of business measuring your performance, giving assurance to the stakeholders in the business, outside the business, investors, potential investors. If you want to borrow money from the bank, or if a bank has lent you money, giving those people assurance, and then opening the business up to collaboration. Okay, so more interaction digitally, so that you can show people how well you're doing. Okay, all right, cool. Femi, are you in the house? Can we wrap it up in 5 minutes?
All right, thank you. So we can definitely do that. I think I'm already rounding off already. So, and these are I think the one I was actually talking about is the reporting section of IMS 2.0. That's the management system. So as rightly answered, it deals with finished goods. It deals with finished goods, not work in progress. So you're dealing with your free inventory in your accounts. So this is what it goes with this. And I think I've actually done justice. You know, initially I was telling you something about the stock adjustment as well. This is where you get the reports that you've done so far. I did so, and these are the major thing that we have on BMAC IMS 2.0. That's inventory management system. So if there is any question, we're ready to entertain such.
Okay, cool. So thank you very much, Femi. Without much further ado, let's sort of wrap this up. We can. I just want to be able to see myself. Okay. So in terms of how you can reach us, our website is onebmac.com, onebmac.com. We are social. We're on Instagram. We are on Twitter. We're on Facebook. We're also on YouTube. We've actually hosted quite a few webinars. So Steve, Emmanuel, please share our various handles and various links on the chat for me, please. And let's get to work. Copy and paste them from wherever they are very quickly. We also have a questionnaire, which we'd love for you to please fill out for us. It's a very simple questionnaire so that we can get to know you and get in touch with you as well. I also want to buttress our vision and our mission. Our vision is a prosperous Nigeria, okay? And you cannot have prosperity without your business being organized. And a lot of entrepreneurs in Nigeria are running businesses without being organized, okay? So our mission is to help businesses grow through digital technology, okay? They should become sustainable, they should become profitable. We realize that finance is a big thing. And so, you know, you will not be able to raise finance, whether it's borrowing money in debt or getting investors in equity without them seeing the numbers. And so we want to help you, or we want to help the people you know to see the numbers, okay? And it's a very beautiful thing when you are able to say, over the last 6 months, look at what I've done, okay? So this is what 6 months, 12 months, okay, 5 years, okay? This is what I've done. So we are not perfect, but we are good enough. We are good enough, and we are here. You can check us out. We've been doing this now since 2016, and it's been tough because Nigeria is a very tough place, and bookkeeping and accounting and record keeping, they are not popular things. Payments are popular. You know, that's why OPay did so well, and Flutterwave. Those are very popular things, you know, because it's just easy. But this is a little bit harder, and I realize it, but I'm talking to the right people. And so we would like for you to connect with us, join us on this mission. And I'm pitching it as well. But I'm also saying, I also want to pitch transformation, digital transformation. Okay. Nigeria cannot afford to be left behind. Africa cannot afford to be left behind. And so we are part of the group of people who are trying to pull Nigeria into the digital future, okay? And it's a very tough journey. So we need people to work with us in digitizing Nigeria. I'm sure most of us heard about the VAT Direct initiative by Mr. President. And, you know, that is something that that's a message we've been preaching for a very long time. And I'm glad that you're doing it, but we are part of that journey, okay? And so join us in making this thing a reality. And, you know, the vision really is for us to partner with UNILAG and to partner with yourselves. So we want to partner with UNILAG so that our tools can be used even in helping students and PhD students to upscale digitally. And then we also want to, we have a program going on with Nnamdi Azikiwe University. They're using our software for training, okay? And we are partnering with a lot of accountants as well to reach other businesses. And even if you're not an accountant, okay, you can still, you know, take that message forward. But look, there's a lot that can be said, but I'll stop here. I know that a few people have had a few questions. I think I will open the floor for 2 questions because of time, but put your questions in the chat. If 2 people want to come up and ask a question or give some feedback, we also love feedback. We live on feedback. 2 of them, because of time, I would love to hear that. And also if my team wants to sort of chip in at this stage, please feel free to chip in, Steve, Femi, or Emmanuel. Thank you. I don't know if Dr. Jumoke Ogunle is on the call as well. Thank you. Any questions or thoughts?
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Thank you. Yes.
Hello.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yeah, mine is not a question, but a kind of feedback and then to appreciate. Firstly, my name is Salako. I'm the class governor. I want to appreciate our lecturer, Dr. Ogunle, for bringing this opportunity for us, and we really, really enjoyed this section. Thank you so much, Mark. God continue to bless you. And also our facilitators, we really enjoyed the lecture. Thank you so much, and God will be with you. Like you rightly said, Nigeria needs to be put in the place of a digital world. And by the grace of God, we will do more and more to that place. because going through all the demo and the like, I think that BMAC is well robust and is ready to suit the day-to-day activities and tasks, irrespective of the those you are. Thank you so much. We will communicate more and more after this section. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Class Governor. I appreciate you, sir. Emmanuel, can you please share the link, please, for the questionnaire? We have a questionnaire for you to please fill out for us. If you could be kind enough to fill it out, we would really appreciate it. Any other questions or thoughts? We would be happy to take them now. How do you get? Yes, go on. Thank you. Go on.
Sorry, sir. So there are a lot of questions in the chat box. I've been trying to respond to some, but I think some require some explanation.
Okay, maybe you can read them out to me because I can't dig them out. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So somebody asked, in case of different purchase price of an item, how does BMAC value such closing inventory? So I think I don't know if it's a Mr. or Mrs. Adegboyega should actually ask this question. She come up and ask this question because I don't think it's quite
I understand.
clear.
It's okay. I understand the question. So basically, the system captures same products with different prices, cost prices over time. The time stamp is the difference. So if it's say Local Z, for instance, you buy it on Monday and it's 15 naira for a pack or for a bottle, and maybe you buy it again in 3 days time and stock up to 55 naira. That new stock is what is captured at a different time. And so we use, in terms of the profitability, what we're using is first in, first out, because that is the accounting, best accounting
practice.
Thank you very much. It's the IFRS, basically. And also, so because I remember doing a chart on that. Thank you very much, Mr. Chris. God bless you for helping me with the English. Any other questions, Steve, real quick?
No, I think I answered most of the questions. And
okay.
But somebody asked that, do you have it for audits? That is John Moseri. Do you have it for audits?
Do you have it for audits? So let me test my understanding by saying that you can use it, provided obviously you've used the system properly over a period of time. You can use it for your audits, basically. Okay, and also the system has an audit trail like Femi showed you. So that's the direct answer to the question. Yes, over to you, Steve. Thank you.
All right. So people asking for the cost. I basically just dropped the website, which is onebmac.com. We have a lot of information on pricing and the packaging and the packages that you can use to service different businesses. For people that asked about how to join the BMAC Partner Program, please fill the Google form that is pasted on the chat box, right? Then we can get your information, and then we can reach out to you from there. Thank you.
Yeah, and just to say about that partner program, okay, what we're doing essentially is we're looking at a revenue share. Okay, we're looking at a revenue share. We're willing to share revenue with people who are willing to join us in the journey. But I will also add this. There is work to be done on your side to help onboard the new users, okay? It's not a plug and play. Like I said, it's not a plug and play system. As you well know, an inventory needs to be taken. Ideally, a full inventory needs to be taken before you use the inventory management system. And then likewise on the accounting system, you need to have your opening balances, your closing balances from the previous year. and your records from that closing set of closing balance all the way to the dates you start using the system. But these are just sort of modalities. But I think I want to believe that we're all accountants and we appreciate those elements that I've spoken about. So that's what I want to sort of highlight. Adeboyega, please, you have your hand up. You can ask your question or make your comments, Selma.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Well done, sir. Yeah. The question I'm asking about the inventory valuation. Assuming I bought a particular product, let's say in a pack, maybe I bought 10 packs. I was able to, and maybe last month, I bought for 10,000 naira. Then I bought another one so that I will not run out of stock. I bought another one, and that one is 15,000 naira. Then the year ends for me to take the stock valuation. Then the first one that I bought at the rate of 10,000 naira per carton, that one remain like 5 cartons in the store. And this particular one also, the new one, I've not sold any. So in valuing, that's the two stock based on different price. So which of the costs would the BMAC use in stock valuation at the end of the day?
Yeah, so good question. Femi, are you able to take that? I don't want to guess.
Okay, no problem about that, sir. As you rightly mentioned before, that BMAC valued inventory using FIFO. That's first in, first out. So when you're even asking your question, you said you bought a product like last week or sometime in the first one you bought at a rate, and the second one you bought at another rate. So when you are selling, the first part, you have to sell the first one. You have to finish selling the first one you bought in before you move to the recent one that you bought. So I wish I could get the figure. If I get the figure now, I'll do the calculation for you. Like, okay, the first you've said, let's say assume that, okay, the one you purchased, like A that you purchased, the stock A you purchased like, let's say a month ago, let's say it cost you like 50,000. And the recent one you bought, let's say it's 150,000. And you're still, I mean, when you sell now, let's say half of the first one was sold out. So, and the second one has not been sold at all. So let's assume we are in the year end. So that means what you sold out so far, the cost of it is 25,000. So you have 25,000 from the first purchase, and you add it to the 150 that you have, that which is the recent purchase. By the time you value it, it will give you like 175,000. That's the value of your inventory. And that's how FIFO works as well. First in, first out. I think Chris raised his hand. Mr. Chris.
Yeah. It's just an addition.
Okay.
For future purposes, I think the lecture should dwell more on the input catching prices. That is to say, what make up your input cost. So to clear it, because what make up your input cost is not just the cost of the raw material you are buying, there are other costs involved. But however, if I also have to contribute to the last question my colleague asked, I think the best way to go is to use the weighted average so that to put the matter at rest. I know FIFO is there, but the major standards that are allowed is FIFO and then weighted average. So weighted average would best answer that question.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. Well noted. Feedback well noted, sir. Yeah. The inventory is, and if you consider the inventory itself, it's really strictly a we're bringing stock in, we're taking stock out. But that question is relevant when you want to obviously make that representation in your final accounts. But feedback absolutely well noted. Thank you very much, sir. Yeah. Any other thoughts or questions, please? If not, I wonder if Dr. Jumoke is here to bring us home. I tried to send her a message. Okay. All right. So thank you very much. We've put the chat on. We are reachable on websites, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. There's a link. We would like you to please fill out your details on the link so that we can, on the Google form, so that we can get in touch with you, and we can tell you how easy it is to get on this journey, to reach out to businesses. And we would love to hear your feedback. We would love to work with you. We are desperately on a race against time. Nigeria has to do better, and we're being very practical about the way Nigeria must do better. Okay, and I appreciate the time. Thank you so very much, and I'm hoping to hear from you guys very shortly. Thank you, and have a very wonderful afternoon and weekend. Speak to you real soon. My name is Sam, and thank you to my team who have supported me here today. I'm grateful. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you guys. Have a lovely time. God bless.
Thank you so much.